Hello, welcome to Mail Mentorship Hub. Today we'll be looking at complexity-aware monitoring, which is a monitoring approach used in adapting to dynamic environments for effective program management. Understanding complexity-aware monitoring. Definition of CAM. Complexity-aware monitoring is an advanced approach designed to address the limitations of traditional monitoring methods for complex programs, focusing on the unpredictable and dynamic nature of environments where straightforward cause-effect relationships are absent. Important in volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous environments. CAM enables organizations to navigate challenges effectively by fostering adaptability and responsiveness to rapidly changing conditions. Focus on emergent change. CAM emphasizes the recognition of emergent, non-linear changes, allowing organizations to identify and respond to shifts that may not be immediately apparent through traditional metrics or indicators. Next is adaptive data collection methods. Utilizing flexible data collection methods, CAM adapts to emerging trends and unexpected factors, improving the relevance and accuracy of monitoring efforts in real time. Influence of external factors. CAM recognizes the complex interplay between interventions and numerous external factors, ensuring that monitoring reflects how these influences affect outcomes and program success. Continuous learning and adaptation. A core principle of CAM is ongoing learning and adaptation, enabling organizations to incorporate feedback, iterate on strategies, and improve their responsiveness to the evolving landscape. Next, we look at when to use complexity-aware monitoring. We use complexity-aware monitoring in dynamic environments. CAM is particularly valuable in dynamic settings like conflict zones, humanitarian responses, or complex social initiatives. In such contexts, rapid changes necessitate flexible monitoring approaches that can keep pace with evolving circumstances. Unpredictable outcome influences. CAM is essential when programs experience impacts from a range of unpredictable factors such as social norms, political changes, or economic conditions. Recognizing these influences allows for more responsive and relevant programming strategies. Behavioral change interventions. When interventions focus on inducing behavioral change, CAM becomes vital due to its emphasis on continuous feedback and adaptation. These initiatives often involve systemic shifts that require monitoring to adapt strategies effectively. Critical feedback loops. In scenarios where feedback loops are integral to the success of a program, CAM plays a pivotal role. Regular engagement with stakeholders helps ensure that interventions are relevant and that changes are accurately monitored. Next, we're going to look at CAM approaches and comparisons. Sentinel Indicators. Sentinel indicators are pivotal for early warning systems, identifying specific indicators that signal significant changes within complex systems. They are crucial for detecting early signs of conflict or shifts in policies, enabling timely interventions. Stakeholder feedback loops. Regularly engaging diverse stakeholders facilitates continuous assessment of program relevance and effectiveness. Stakeholder feedback loops enhance adaptive programming, ensuring that community-driven interventions remain aligned with the needs of those affected. Outcome harvesting. Outcome harvesting is an innovative approach that collects evidence of changes and then works backward to understand contributions. This method is particularly useful for advocacy and policy change initiatives, emphasizing real-world impact over predetermined outcomes. Most significant change. The most significant change technique employs storytelling to capture significant shifts in individuals' lives. This qualitative method is effective in programs focused on social norm changes or youth empowerment, giving voice to grassroots experiences. Developmental evaluation. Developmental evaluation offers a real-time insight that informs adjustments to program strategies dynamically. This approach is essential in contexts such as innovation, project, and rapid response humanitarian efforts where flexibility is key. Complexity-aware monitoring versus traditional monitoring. While traditional monitoring relies on linear cause-effect relationships, CAM, on the other hand, embraces non-linear, unpredictable changes. This fundamental difference highlights how CAM adapts to the complexities of real-world environments, enhancing responsiveness and relevance. Assumptions comparison. Traditional monitoring often assumes predictable outcomes based on fixed log frames, whereas CAM acknowledges the dynamic nature of social change. This shift in assumptions leads to more effective management of complex programs in unpredictable contexts. Indicators comparison. Traditional monitoring utilizes predefined structures, whereas CAM employs flexible and emergent indicators that can adapt as new data arises. This flexibility allows for a more relevant and insightful assessment of program effectiveness over time. Adaptation styles. Traditional monitoring relies on rigid plans, while CAM promotes continuous learning and adaptive strategies. This difference fosters an environment where programs can evolve in response to new insights and context shifts, enhancing their impact. Data sources differentiation. Traditional approaches focus on quantitative data from structured surveys, whereas CAM integrates mixed methods and participatory approaches. This diversity in data sources enriches understanding and boosts community involvement in the monitoring process. Next, we'll look at the importance and application of CAM. Organizational adaptability. CAM empowers organizations to respond swiftly to changes and uncertainties. By focusing on flexible data collection and adaptive strategies, organizations can pivot effectively in volatile environments, enhancing resilience and effectiveness in program implementation. Context-relevant decision-making. With complexity-aware monitoring, decision-making incorporates real-time contextual insights rather than fixed metrics. This fluid approach ensures that interventions are timely, relevant, and aligned with the complexities of the operational environment. Capturing unintended outcomes. CAM facilitates the identification of emergent changes or unintended consequences of interventions. This reflective practice allows organizations to learn from the complexities of real-world impact, ensuring continuous improvement. Strengthened accountability. By involving stakeholders as active participants, CAM enhances accountability mechanisms. This transparency fosters trust and ensures that programs are responsive to community needs and expectations, improving overall effectiveness. CAM in MIL. Integrating CAM into monitoring, evaluation, accountability, and learning enhances the adaptability of tracking systems. These techniques adjust based on emerging trends, ensuring program relevancy and effectiveness. Monitoring techniques. CAM employs flexible tracking methodologies that respond to emerging trends. Adaptive monitoring systems ensure that organizations can capture relevant data in real time, adjusting their strategies accordingly. Evaluation strategies. Continuous evaluation through iterative assessment helps leaders adjust program strategies dynamically. Techniques like outcome harvesting provide insight into real-time effectiveness and responsiveness of programs. Accountability mechanisms can promote ongoing engagement with communities and stakeholders for feedback. This active involvement reinforces accountability, ensuring that programs remain relevant and effective in addressing community needs. Learning processes. Real-time learning and adaptation form the backbone of CAM processes. By emphasizing iterative learning, organizations can capitalize on insight gained through implementation, refining their approaches effectively. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.